Good morning, everyone. I'm Tokozile Chaponda from the Office of the Clerk.
Thank you, Chair, and good morning. Maxwell Chireka from the Office of the Clerk. Thank you.
I am Chirimboy Elijah from the Office of the Clerk of National Assembly. Our witness, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Honorable Member for Wusakili.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Kalabo Town Council. Kalabo Pavuma is my name. I represent the good people of Sakita constituency, Kitwe in the Copper Belt.
Thank you, Chair. Good morning, Kalao, and welcome to your committee. I'm Honorable Dr. Aaron Mwanza, Member of Parliament for Kaumbwe constituency in Petauke District of the Eastern Province. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you very much, Chair. Good morning, Kalabo Town Council. I'm Singombe Edgar, representing the people of Dundumwezi constituency. Thank you.
We also have our colleagues who are joining us virtually. We have Honorable Member for Mufumbwe. Honorable Mufumbwe. We also have Honorable Member of Parliament for Mitete. Mitete.
Chair, good morning. Kalabo, my neighbors, good morning.
Good morning.
Chair, those are my neighbors. I am Mutelo Misheki, MP for Mitete, a neighbor to Kalabo. You are welcome. Cool down. Straight to the point. Be truthful with your committee. It is your committee.
Correct.
Thank you so much, Chair.
They are asking, why are you introducing yourself if they are your neighbors?
The Chair, I'm introducing myself within Sikunduko. They know, Chair, they know that now in Sikunduko we are able to communicate.
Meaning? Okay. The other member for Mufumbo will join us. Council Secretary, my name is Mishek Mutetwa Nyambose, representing the wonderful people of Chasefu constituency in the Eastern Province of Zambia, and I'm privileged to chair your committee. With that said, I want you to take us through your memorandum, and please, as guided by Honorable Member for Mitete, feel relaxed. This is your committee. You can take us through.
Thank you very much, Chair. Before I start, Chair, I would like to, with your permission, Chair, to make an amendment to our...
You at liberty.
Thank you very much. And Appendix 4, Chair.
You draw down your mic so that the radio can pick you.
Thank you very much, Chair. And Appendix 4, Chair, pages from 77 to 82. We realize that we are touched...
Appendix 4?
Appendix 4, pages 77 to 82, Chair. We realize that I think we attached wrong documents, Chair.
77 to
82, Chair.
Okay. Okay.
It's 1-1.
So you are saying these are wrong documents?
They were not supposed to be attached there, Chair.
Okay, so you are able to take us without these. We shall ignore them as guided. Okay. If you have fresh ones, give us fresh ones.
We have, Chair, and
as long as they are authentic.
They are, Chair. Thank you very much.
That's the only amendment?
That's the only amendment, Chair.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you very much, Chair. I think we can start, Chair, under budget, income and expenditure.
You just read the cause of the query or management response, then you come to remedial action taken and remedial measures in that order.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Chair.
You read the query itself, then you go to management's response.
Okay, Chair. I read the query.
You
Okay.
read, just mention the query, then management's response.
The headline only?
Yes.
Okay. Budget, income and expenditure chair.
Perfect.
Management response chair. Management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the cause of query and action taken as shown in the table below. Number 1 chair under this is local taxes. Cause of query chair is unrealized personal levy. Action taken, budget was reviewed and adjusted. Number 2 chair under this is under fees and charges. Cause of query chair, increase in land administration, service and application for CDF clubs. Budget was reviewed and adjusted. Under allowances chair, cause of query, decrease in the issuance of firearm licenses due to stock out of books. Action taken, budget was reviewed and adjusted. Number 4 chair, levies. Cause of query, increase in non-billable levies from seasonal traders. Budget under action taken chair, budget was reviewed and adjusted. Payments chair number 5, demand did not meet actual expectation. Budget was reviewed and adjusted under action taken. Number 6, profit from commercial ventures. Cause of queries, serviced council bus. Action taken, budget was reviewed and adjusted. Number 7, other receipts. Cause of query, unbudgeted for funds from ECZ, UNICEF, CDF interest and loan recoveries. Action taken, budget was reviewed and adjusted. Local government service, local government equalization fund. This cause of query chair is deduction at source. Other grants chair, non-receipts, that's cause of query. Remedial measure chair, management to ensure quarterly budget reviews are undertaken. Chair, unspent funds. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the unspent funds are funds held on various operational bank accounts at the end of 2023 as shown in the table below. Action taken, chair, management wishes to report that an amount of 1,399,378 kwacha has been utilized as shown in the table below. Remedial measure chair, management will strive to ensure that funds are utilized in the respective financial year. D chair, deliverable targets output not achieved. Management response chair, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to state that the cause of query and action taken are shown in the table below. Chair, we have number 1, housing and community amendment. We have
So CS, we can say that you reduced the font, and I can prove by you putting on your reading glasses. What about? so your font there was too.
Yeah, it was too small, chair. We acknowledge that, and we would like to apologize for this, chair. Cause of query, chair, on number 1 is limited resources. Where is the action taken here? Oh, okay. Spent chair under action taken is, on number 1 is 134,515 kwacha. Number 2 chair, housing and social services planning. Variance is 900. Cause of query, limited resources spent so far is 449,752. Number 4, Chair, Housing and Social Services Planning. Number 3, Roads and Drainages. Spent, Chair, variance is 100,000. Cause of query, limited resources. Action taken, 43,000. Number 4, Chair, cause of query, Chair, is limited resources. The variance is 700. Action taken there is 298,797. Number 5, Chair, Planning. Limited resources, Chair, under cause of query. Did we spend this? This, Chair, we did not spend it, so we would like to make a correction on number 5. It wasn't spent, Chair. Under Fire Protection Services, Chair, cause of query, limited resources. It was not spent. Chair, again, on this one, would like to make a correction, Chair. We're sorry for this. It wasn't spent, so it's 40,000, still remains like that. Engineering stroke works, Fire Protection Services. Chair, variance 20,000. We spent this. And 30 was spent, Chair, 30,580. Remedial measures, Chair. Measures management will always endeavor to track budget performance through conducting quarterly budget performance reviews. In addition, management will continue to ensure that set targets are achievable. Chair, failure to maintain a general revenue cash book. Cause of query, management wishes to acknowledge the audit finding and wishes to report that a general revenue cash book was not maintained in that individual ledger, and that individual ledgers for each revenue type were availed for audit verification. Action taken. Management wishes to report that a restatement of general purpose financial statement for the year ending 31st December 2023 has been done, and qualified audit opinion given where the general revenue has been restated to 1,377,802. Further, a general revenue cash book has since been prepared and documents are available for verification. See attached Auditor General opinion on general purposes financial statement as Appendix 3. Remedial measure, management will continue to engage with external auditors timely. Further, management has commenced the maintenance of separate general revenue cash book for ease of validation. Chair, failure to secure accountable documents. Cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's observation and wishes to report that at the time of the audit, management unpacked all accountable documents to conduct a stock take of all accountable documents. Action taken, management has since repacked all accountable documents in a lockable cabinets and are secure. See pictures below. I think the pictures are on the other page, Chair, on page 10. Appendix 20, Chair. Oh, these are dark colored. The Appendix 20 is actually colored. You see it. Remedial measures.
I was wondering, I thought there are no color printers in Kalabo.
They are there, Chair. Management, remedial measures, management will always ensure that accountable documents are adequately secured. Questionable completion of receipt forms. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the auditor of the observation and wishes to report that out of the 8 original receipt forms, 1 receipt form with serial number 3778051 was cancelled, while 7 original missing receipts from the receipt book with number range from 377851 to 3778-100, a case of suspected fraud, where receipt number 3547-764 and 354778 were treasury receipts issued to the revenue collector for cash deposited with main cashier. Action taken: management formally charged the revenue collector whose receipt book had original receipt forms removed. The matter is awaiting disciplinary action to be taken against the officer, whereas evidence of funds deposited in the bank account from receipt number 3547-764 and 3547-780 were misfiled and have since been retrieved, and a copy of a cancelled receipt form with serial number 3778051 has been attached as Appendix 4. Remedial measures: management ensure that internal controls are tightly and strictly adhered to. Management of payroll and staff-related matters: irregular payment of allowances to retirees. Cause of query, Chair. Management wishes to acknowledge the auditor's observation and wishes to state that the query arose due to the 4 retired officers who have continued to receive all payroll allowances due to the Local Government Service Commission Circular Number LGSC/101/8/1, dated 5th February 2021, in which all councils were guided to pay retirees retained on payroll or salary-rated allowances. Action taken: management has since recovered the excess allowances paid to the 4 affected retirees from their terminal benefits, which are provided for under the 1996 Condition of Service for Local Government Employees. See Appendix 5. Remedial measure: management to going forward continue to abide by the Public Service Management Division Circular, PSMD number B26 of 2022. Chair, the next one is failure to recover salary advance. Cause of query: management acknowledges the audit finding and wishes to report that the query arose because shortly after the officer obtained the salary advance, the officer got transferred to another council, resulting in a non-recovery of salary advance through the payroll. Action taken: management has since written to the officer through the principal officer after engagement. Further, management has revised its clearance form to include third-party obligations, institutional obligations such as salary advance recovery, computers, and retirements. See Appendix 6. Chair, on this one, or remedial measure, management will always ensure that both incoming and outgoing transfers are adequately cleared. Chair, this one I would like to report to the committee. I think there is an addendum that we attach to the main report. After negotiation or interfacing with the officer in question, I think he paid 8,000 kwacha, and I think he promising to pay the 2,000 kwacha month end of March. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Chair. Next is the poor maintenance of sanitation facilities. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the audit finding and wishes to report that the query arose due to the blocked water pipe as a result of rust pipe leading to erratic water supply. Action taken: management has since rehabilitated the entire water reticulation system. See, where is the appendix? See pictures below. This, where is the colored picture? It's just a pictures here, Chair, black and white. Where, there, but Appendix 20, Chair, of we've attached the color pictures. Remedial measure, Chair. Management to endeavor to ensure that all sanitation facilities at the market are adequately managed through the continued engagement with market committees. Abandoned market shelters at Kashitu and Diuka. Cause of query, Chair. Under Kashitu Market, management acknowledges the auditor's finding and wish to report that the query arose due to traders targeting customers in the streets. Yuka Market, management acknowledges the auditor's findings and wishes to report that the query was due to fewer traders in the area. Action taken. Management has since conducted sensitization meeting with the market committee of Kashitu Market to persuade traders to trade from designated market shelters. See Appendix 7, Chair. Remedial measures. Management will continue to engage traders regularly on the need to trade from designated stands. The next item, Chair, is council butchery in private hands. Cause of query. Management notes the auditor's observation and wishes to regret that the matter took long to resolve. Action taken. Management has since written an eviction notice to the occupants. See Appendix 8. Remedial measure. With the creation of legal unity and the coming in of legal officers, management to ensure that legal processes such as lease agreements are timely signed and reviewed. The next, Chair, is management of local government equalization fund, 20% for capital projects. Completion of a bar restaurant at Kalabo Town Council, abandoned project. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation and wishes to report that the query arose due to financial challenges. Action taken. Management has since reevaluated the cost of the completion. Further, management has established a new revenue stream which will enable complete the project within the next 2 years. See Appendix 9. Remedial measures. Management to ensure that projects implemented are within the available resource envelope. Next is construction of a fish market at Kashitu, abandoned project. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation and wishes to report that the query arose due to financial challenges. Action taken. Management has since evaluated the cost of the completion. Further, management has established a new revenue stream which will enable complete the project within the next 2 years. See Appendix 9, Chair. Remedial measures. Management will ensure that projects implemented are within the available resource envelope. Delayed completion of expansion of 3 rooms, reception, the guard room at the council guest house. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation and wishes to report that the query arose due to financial challenges. Action taken. Management has since evaluated the cost of completion. Further, management has established a new revenue stream which will enable complete the project within the next 2 years. Appendix 9, Chair. Remedial measures. Management to ensure that projects implemented are within the available resource envelope. Cross-cutting issues, Chair. Audit opinion. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding and wishes to state that the cause of query was the audit opinion rendered. Action taken. Management obtained an qualified audit opinion for 2022 financial statement for the financial year ending 31st December 2022. See Appendix 10. Remedial measure. Management will always continue to engage Auditor's General's Office in pursuit to timely resolve outstanding issues. Budget, funding and expenditure. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding and wishes to state that unspent funds are funds held on various operational bank accounts at the end of 2023 as shown at the end of 2023 as shown in the table below. Action taken. Management has since utilized unspent funds as tabulated in the table below. See Appendix 1. Remedial measure. Management will strive to ensure that funds are utilized in the respective financial year. The next, Chair, is missing receipt book. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding and wish to report that the receipt book is still missing. Action taken. Management has since formally charged the responsible officer pending disciplinary action. Appendix 2. Remedial measure. Management will continue to enhance safeguards that promptly detect possible financial misconduct. Missing payment voucher. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the auditor's finding and wish to report that the 76 payment vouchers were misfiled. Action taken. Management has since retrieved all the missing payment vouchers. See Appendix 12. Remedial measures. Management will always ensure that payment vouchers are timely and correctly filed. Failure to secure property with title deeds. Cause of query, Chair. Management notes the audit findings and wishes to report that the council did not secure title deeds for the queried properties. Action taken. Management has started the process of securing title deeds following the circular from Minister of Local Government and Rural Development dated 13th December 2024, in which guidance was given to submit information on council properties without title. Further, management has since made payments amounting to 15,400 to Regional Surveyor's Office for survey diagrams, and 2 offer letters have since been obtained from the Commission of Lands. See Appendix 13, Chair. Remedial measures. Management will continue to engage the Office of the Surveyors General to produce the pending survey diagrams and submit to the Commission of Lands for title deed processing. Next, Chair, is failure to maintain council properties. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the auditor's observation and regrets to state that indeed the aforementioned properties are not maintained due to financial constraints. Action taken. Management Boyu building. Management has signed the lease agreement with conditions to rehabilitate the building. See Appendix 14. Somap building. Management has since commenced maintenance works on Somap building. See Appendix 14. Remedial measures. Management to ensure that council properties are maintained even in the midst of scarce resources. Poor management of waste. Cause of query, Chair. Management acknowledges the audit findings and wishes to report that at the time of audit, the waste bins and receptacles had not yet been mounted in various designated markets after being procured. With regard to fencing the dump site, management could not proceed as the land where the dump site is sited is contentious. Action taken. Management is still soliciting for land from traditional authority. Further waste receptacles have since been installed. See Appendix 15. Remedial measures. Management to ensure that waste is managed. Failure to maintain and install street lights. Cause of query, Chair. Management notes the audit findings and wishes to report that installation of street lights was an extension of already installed street lights. However, the earlier installed street lights were vandalized and management could not proceed to install new street lights. Action taken. Management has since engaged the community on the management of public infrastructure in the district. Further, management is in the process of signing the contract of the installation of 60 street lights. See Appendix 16. Remedial measures. Management will always continue to engage the community on the need to safeguard public property. Failure to settle statutory obligation. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the audit findings and wishes to report that the council's statutory indebtedness is historical, and at the time of audit, the council had not yet dismantled all its statutory obligation. Action taken, Chair. Management has since acted on the dates stated in Appendix 28, above as tabulated in the table below. That is the table on page 28, Chair. Remedial measures. Management has since remained resort to settling current obligation whilst making efforts to settle outstanding debt. Chair, just another correction, Chair, on Zulao National. I'm advised, this one, Chair, the 112,927.17, I think we don't have any area there. It was the balance was paid. Remedial measures, management has remained resort to settling current statutory obligation whilst making efforts to settle outstanding bills. Failure to settle staff obligations. Cause of query. Management acknowledges the audit findings and wishes to report that the council staff indebtedness is historical, and at the time of audit, the council had not yet dismantled all its staff obligation. Management has action taken. Management has continued to settle current staff obligation to avoid the accumulation of new debt whilst dismantling arrears. See Appendix 18, Chair. The remedial measures, management has remained resolute on settling current staff obligation whilst making efforts to settle outstanding debts. Management of local government equalization fund. Cause of query, management notes the auditor's observation and wishes to report that 3,080,672 kwacha was transferred to capital account as shown in Appendix 31. Action taken, management avails capital bank statement for verification. Appendix 19, remedial measures, management, see Appendix 19, Chair. Remedial measures, management will always ensure that funds are transferred to a separate capital account. I submit, Chair.
Thank you very much, CS, for the report. Now it's time for members of parliament to ask questions if there will be any. Honorable for Sakile.
Thank you very much, Chair. I have two questions which are interrelated on the missing receipts. So one is on page 11. On the missing receipt book, number 3778051 to 3778100, and another one on page 23. Which is the receipt book number which is bearing receipts from 3778051 to 3778100. So on the action taken, they are telling us that all formalities have been done. They are just waiting for the disciplinary action for these particular officers. When I see on their evidence, the first evidence which is for page 11, the query on page 11, I see the charge sheet for the said officer. I also see the exculpatory letter. Then there are some receipts. Then there's also a letter saying they've referred this matter to the police, to the frauds department. So more information will be given later. Then the second evidence for page 23, also there's a charge sheet regarding the same officer, Namakau. There's also an exculpatory letter. Also there's a letter from the council to the same officer. And the occurrence date for the query on page 11 is this is 10 July 2023. The second query on page 23, the occurrence was for this missing receipt was on the 21st September 2023, and the local authority only acted, wrote to this individual on 11th February 2025, 1 year and some months after. So my first question, why this negligence? Because a receipt involves money. And again, this is not the first occurrence. This is the second occurrence involving the same officer, where she's acknowledging being the person who collected the receipt book from stores, but denying in the exculpatory letter saying, I collected for the office for everyone to use. The situation has repeated itself. Why this negligence? You are only responding to, and from the look of things, Chair, I think this correspondence was done for the purpose of
for the preparation for
appearing before this committee. Now, these two receipt books in question, have you checked, has there been any banking of any money regarding these receipt books? If there's no any banking, what action apart from just waiting? 1 year you are seated waiting to discipline this officer who's repeating the same thing to prevent taxpayers' money from being lost, because I believe, Chair, this thing is happening because they are illegally using those receipt books. They are collecting money. Thank you very much, Chair.
CS.
Chair, I would like to refer this question to Director Finance and the Director Administration and Human Resources.
Director Finance, you can start.
Thank you very much, Chair. I'm going to speak to whether this receipt book that is missing in question, whether there was any banking. Yes, there was bankings on this receipt book. At the time when it was discovered to have been missing, it had remained with four receipt forms. It was a low value receipt book which has 8 those small receipts. So at the time it was about to complete, I think we had only remained with 4. So at that point, then the receipt book was discovered missing. I thank you.
There are two receipt books in question. So which one?
Chair, the one that is appearing under appendix, I was referring to the one that is under appendix 5 in the Auditor General's report.
The one under appendix 4, was there any banking?
Chair, the one under appendix 4, the scenario was that yes, there were bankings, except that there were some original receipt forms that were being blacked out, but the book is there, but with missing original forms. Thank you.
The second question, I think, goes to Director Human Resource. Why have you taken all this long? The letter of exculpation indicates 11th of February 2025. So for us, or the honorable member is insinuating or is observing that this was done for the purposes of you people appearing before this committee. Why this negligence?
Much obliged, Honorable Chair. From our end as the Department of Human Resource and Administration, we can only take action when there's communication that has come through from the Office of the Council Secretary upon thorough investigations on the matter by the user department. So if the investigations take long to conclude, there is no way out we can jump on to concluding the issue, because we may lead the necessary steps that would lead us to conclude it peacefully. Thank you.
Honorable Kalabo, are you clear from that response, which indicates that the department could not have done anything because they are waiting for the principal to conclude with investigations?
Chair, maybe allow me to read their first letter to this hearing officer from Kalabo Council to Namakau Sirilo,
which is
the letter dated
for your
this is appendix 5, appendix 11.
Appendix 11.
This letter is dated the 14th September 2023, where there's reference missing receipt book with serial number regarding serial number ranging from 5638801 to 5639200 under your charge. The subject above refers. It has been brought to my attention that receipt book with the serial number as indicated was issued to you, Ms. Namakau Sirio, on 3rd April 2023 by stores is missing. You are instructed to give formal account of receipt book in question by Monday, the 18th September 2023 without fail. Signed, District Accountant. Okay? So now, this particular individual chair only responded to this letter on 11 February 2025. When they had instructed to say, they expected the response to come on 18 September 2023. So why have you been sleeping? Because these are financial related matters which you should not delay. That's what I'm saying. Why have you been sleeping? You instruct an employee to respond by 18 September 2023. An employee only responds on 11 February 2025. How do you explain that yourselves, you as managers? How do you explain that?
Thank you very much, Chair. Chair, on this one, I would like to start by actually apologizing. Your observation is very genuine. We went to sleep, and I think we felt that even if we went to sleep, we should start somewhere. That we start the process and end it. Otherwise, I apologize. It is a gap in us. Thank you very much, Chair.
A follow-up? Honorable Dr. Singombe, then Dr. Manza.
So, in short, you had no intention of disciplining the officer, in short, looking at the period that elapsed from the date that you had written a letter to the officer, to the date that he responded. You had completely forgotten about this issue.
Chair, on this one, we would like to assure the House that this is actually being taken very seriously now. But of course, I still want to apologize that we took a lot of time before action was taken.
My short comment is why? My short question is why? Especially that things are bordering on financial issues. Someone can take receipts or whatever the case, that means money. Then the entire management. Were you the council secretary during the occurrence of this in 2023?
No, Chair.
The DF?
Was.
Thank you, Chair. Simple question. Were you the Director of Finance? I was, yes.
Why didn't you act, and especially these matters fall under your department?
Thank you very much, Chair, for that question. This matter actually was reviewed in 2024, but at the same time there was a matter that was reviewed when I did some investigations on the receipt books. That was the reason why we have attached that appendix, where you see the appendix for the police report there. There were other 3 officers that were involved in the other issues to do with receipts, but then we came to realize that there was also this other missing book in 2024 towards the end.
What are you managing if you as a direct audit? Who is the auditor? Can you come near where there's a mic? I think you can come here. These are serious matters. All these other matters, they hinge on resources. And if you are failing to manage the resources of the bigger resources, then what are you doing? Honorable Pavyuma.
Chair, CS, after apologizing, I rested this matter. But now the accountant has made me come back because he's giving false information. I just said, you are saying this were reviewed in 2024 after conducting an investigation. You are Mr. Gondwe?
No, Chair. I'm Mr. Sidiro.
You are Mr. Sidiro?
Yes, Chair.
Relative to the same.
No.
Okay.
Similarities in name.
Okay. Whichever your name is, the district accountant here, okay?
Is he around?
This is a document that you have submitted as a local, yourselves. This is your document, not so. This letter you wrote it to Namakau is dated 14th September 2023, where you are indicating that the receipt which was issued on 3rd April 2023 by stores went missing. So how do you relate the two? The 2024 you are telling us here and the 2023 year 14th September? Thank you.
Answer that question.
Thank you very much, Chair. Maybe I could have made a mix-up in the explanations.
The problem which is there, you collude with these officers. You're using, you cannot allow this.
No.
Switch off your mic. These are serious matters, Council Secretary. Auditor, how frequent do you audit accountable documents? Press the button on the middle.
Thank you, Chair. In 2023, we did our audit plan, annual work plan, where we indicated that revenue will be audited in each quarter. Every quarter, we review the revenue collections. In our audit reports, we also had some findings where we had reviewed that we had receipt books that were missing.
And these are some of them?
And these are some of them.
2023?
Yes, 2023.
Which quarter?
It was second quarter.
What recommendation did you make after revealing that the receipt books were missing?
We did recommend to management that necessary measures should be put in place.
Management, Director of Finance to be specific, you had a report from audit that indicated that some receipt books were missing. What actions did you take? You are telling us that you only learned about it in 2025. Respond.
Chair, thank you very much for that question. Yes, with the internal audit in place, they do really issue reports to us.
Answer to my questions. Do not, I've told you. You got a report from internal audit highlighting that some receipts were missing. And yet you misled this committee, which made Honorable Pavyuma to follow up. What action did you take after the report from audit?
Yes, Chair. I was trying to build up. When the report was given, the one I was responding to earlier was a report of the 3 revenue collectors, which the matter was reported to the police. Then
not this one.
Not this one. This one came later on towards the end of
2024.
Within 2023, but as the honorable member was referring to the letter of 18 September, it was the
so okay, let's put it 18th September. You got a report from audit, isn't it?
Yes.
That some more receipt books went missing. What actions did you take from September?
The matters, Chair, were reported.
Do you have evidence that you reported this particular matter to police, and when did you report?
No, not this particular matter.
Why didn't you report this particular matter?
Because it was still undergoing investigation amongst ourselves.
The audit found out that they were missing receipt books. That was enough report. What other investigations?
Chair, I wish to apologize on that omission.
That's why you find, although unfair,
thank you, Chair.
The honorable member for Sakiri said, what's the name there? Is it because you carry the same name? You acted unprofessionally. For the other 3, you reported to police. But this particular one, you wanted to carry out investigations yourself other than from the audit. And yet you are the director of finance.
Chair, even in the same stories talking about, it's the same officer again who collected the first missing receipt book from stores. Again, on the second instance, it's the same officer who went to collect the same receipt book. So
and they just write a letter
yes,
in
so the
2025.
same officer is appearing on both, but she was not reported again.
And you do a letter now, escapatory letter 2025. This is a letter, isn't it? From Namakau Sirilo. 2025, as you were coming to appear to this committee. Council Secretary, you were there, and other members of management. We want to find out how this special treatment, someone who is picking resources, getting resources from the council, and you are protecting that person.
Thank you very much, Chair. I think, as I alluded to earlier, Chair, I still want to apologize for this mess up.
The apology will not. On the financial resources, we are going to institute forensic. Whoever, if we are going to see a letter from audit, we commend you. If you did that letter, we commend you for that. If you did that letter and the DF did not, we are making specific recommendations against the DF and his crew in that department for giving special treatment to someone who steals public resources. You are not a good director of finance. Kalabo Council needs to see the services. Kalabo Council has a lot of outstanding things. Then you protect an individual. Unless you are involved, you can do that. Unless you are involved, you can do that. If not, why the others were reported to police, including ourselves? But in this particular case, we shall ask the auditors, take note, even if we are still engaging. We want you to go back to Kalabo, go deeper on this particular matter, and as the commissioners are coming, we want to clean the councils. We shall help. These are serious matters. When you are there, you are just privileged. You are not the best. Even myself here. You must be patriotic to a country. The government is working very hard, but you people down there, you are doing things that are contrary to the expectations of the people of Kalabo and Zambia. this culture, council secretary. We want you, if you establish that someone was neglecting his duty, we want to see if you are going, we want to see you charge that particular director. Charge them. Don't ask them, go and charge them to exculpate themselves as to why they neglected to do the correct things. Order must prevail, must come back to councils. So this is what we are going to do on this particular case. Anything to do with the financial people, alarming headlines, 4.6 million stolen by council officers in Kapiri. That is not a one-off transaction. These things have been taking place for it to reach to 4.6 million. Where are the systems in councils? So where is the council? People arrested, council employees. This is another case, and they're taking place everywhere. We are going to help and make serious recommendations. That's why you have the ministry, you have the commission there. And they are coming on Monday, your employers. We are taking note. We are going to ensure you by name. If we find out you are the one who neglected to do your duty, or you are colluding with officers, we are going to make specific, so that we set examples, so that others will deter from doing the same things. This is not fair. So I wanted to make that strong position by this committee. Auditor, keep on. Don't, you are independent. You are the gatekeeper. Don't fear. No one should intimidate you. Write a report. If you see they're doing contrary to regulation, your duty is to do advise. If they don't, you have done your part. We commend you for that. Another question as we wind up. Doc.
It's a different question, second question.
Yeah, make it snappy.
Yes. So page 18.
Let's go to page 18.
So because of time, I will just maybe summarize this. On page 18, the completion of management of local government equalization fund, 20% for capital projects. As at 31st December 2023, council had spent 1,168,050 kwacha, and there was a balance of 3,764,656, which was supposed to be spent on capital projects. So, we are dealing with three projects here. The first one, completion of bar and restaurant at the Kalabo Town Council Guest House, abandoned project. Just from the title, the project is abandoned without outstanding works such as concrete work, roofing, metal work, floor, wall finishes, painting, and so on. It was abandoned 10 months after the completion date. Contractor was paid 29% of the contract sum. Then the query is that management acknowledges, cause of query, management acknowledges the auditor's observation and wishes to report that the query arose due to financial challenges. We mark the keyword financial, due to financial challenges.
Challenges, yes.
The action taken on page 19 is that management has since re-evaluated the cost of the completion. Further, management has established a new revenue stream which will enable complete the project within next 2 years. Chair, the cause of query and the action taken is the same to these two other projects that is on page 19. The construction of fish market shelter at Kashitu, abandoned project. And the project is abandoned at a stage when contractor was paid about 78% of the contract sum, and abandoned the site. And the cause of query is that the council had arose due to financial challenges, the same reason as on the guest house, bar and guest house. And management, the action to be taken is that management has since reevaluated the cost of the completion. Further, management has established a new revenue stream which will enable complete the project within the next 2 years. It's the same reason. Also, the third capital project is the expansion of 3 rooms and guest guard room at the council guest house. The same story, project abandoned at 52% financial progress, and the action to be taken is that management has reviewed, the management has established a new revenue stream which will enable complete the project within the next 2 years. So 3 capital projects, and all abandoned at different levels of financial progress. And then the action taken is that they will be completed in the next 2 years. Council has done a re-evaluation of the remaining works and the costing. So I'll go to the costing later, but first, why did you have financial challenges when you had planned for these projects and the balance as at 31st December was 3,764,656 kwacha, which is clearly stated on page 18. In fact, all these projects, like the bar and restaurant, the contract was signed within the 2023 fiscal year period for 3 months. And the other one, the fish market shelter at Kashitu, was a project that was signed in 2022 to start and complete within 2022 fiscal year. So when I look at your finances, is that you had even brought forward funds to 2023. You had the funds. Why are you now procrastinating to say you are going to complete these projects in 2024? I mean, in after 2 years.
Yes. Why did you fail to undertake or to complete these projects when you had 3-point-something million in your accounts? Some of the projects 2022, and you are saying that you have discovered another revenue stream, and this will enable you to complete in the next 2 years. Why? Director engineering can assist, whoever director of finance can assist you. You had money to do these projects.
Yes, Chair. I think we had the money to finish off this, but I think part of the money I think was borrowed.
We don't know.
The money.
Tell us, where did the money go?
Part of the money for these projects was borrowed.
10 kwacha. Tell us how much was borrowed. You are at liberty. If you are at home, explain to us. So much was borrowed. Yeah. This one was still there. We did this and that and that.
So I think for the exact amount, I refer to Director of Finance.
DF.
Thank you, Chair. About 1.5 million kwacha was borrowed.
Borrowed to by who? To give us more details. We want to learn. We don't have that
finance various council operations.
Do you have any evidence to that? Why 1.5? Where do we see it yourselves? This committee of evidence.
Unfortunately, Chair, I beg to maybe compile that list to submit to this committee.
We want total breakdown of the utilization.
Yes.
Why you failed to undertake those important projects. You borrowed the money. Who borrowed the money? You borrowed for what purpose? We want a breakdown so that the people of Kalabo can know that money meant for their market was borrowed for such a purpose. Money meant for the rooms, expansion of the rooms, was borrowed. The people of Kalabo, they want to know. So, Dr. Mwanza, last one, then Honorable Pavuma. Yeah, see this doctor thing.
Well, okay, what about the contractual specifics? They are not in the document. The contractor who was dealing with the bar and restaurant, fish market, shelter, expansion of 3 rooms, reception, all these projects we are told that due to financial challenges, they have stalled, and the contractors have been paid monies at different levels, 29%, the other one 78%, and so on. Now, council says that they will complete these projects in the next 2 years. So, what is the status on the contracts, the legal document that you signed with those contractors? Did you terminate the contracts? Or you just left them hanging to wait after 2 years when you have funds available? Then they will continue the works at the re-evaluated cost. Where I'm coming, Chair, for with your indulgence, I have to talk about the impact of this, the complications to make the project to be executed.
Let us learn from them. Why 2 years? And what is the status of these contracts? Were these contracted projects, or they were labor-based? If they were contracted, what is the status on the contractors or the contracts? Are they frozen? Are they terminated?
Thank you very much, Chair. I think one of them was terminated. The fish market was terminated. Then the other 2 were not terminated.
What is the status? Tell us the status. You have told us on one.
I think the status is still, if the project is not terminated, Chair, it means the
what is the legal implication?
The legal implication is that we've actually delayed the contract
for the next 2 years,
and the contractor can be on us because it's our fault. It's not his fault.
Honorable Singombe, then Honorable Pavyuma.
CS, the chair asked for. Maybe let me state that you have indicated that it is your fault, but are you aware that by that termination there is also a financial implication? Because the initial amount will not be the same. Are you aware to that fact?
Yes, Chair, I'm aware.
Why do you make such decisions? I can call them costly, avoidable decisions. You just freeze a contract to say, in the next 2 years, when you find the money, we shall call you. When the contract is running, who are these contractors that you are favoring? CS.
Yes, Chair. I think it's not really favoring, but then it's the problem of the resources, as we stated. Of course, the money was enough to actually complete all the projects, but as we stated, that 3/4 of it was borrowed. So why we are saying 2 years, Chair, is that we need to almost starting all over again, looking for funds here and there.
Do we have a legal person on this team?
So that we can eventually complete the project.
Do you have a legal officer amongst you? You don't have?
No, Chair, we don't have.
But you being a council secretary, you know, a simple question. What are the financial implications or legal implications? If you don't terminate, because there are no resources, you don't terminate, you allow these contracts until when you get the money, where you don't know, even the 2 years, you don't know. You leave it like that. Is that a prudent decision, or is that a wise decision that you made, CS? With Kalabo Council, what would be the financial implication? You terminate now, or you want to terminate in the next 2-3 years?
Chair,
Hence, I said, Chair, why favor?
It's not necessarily favoring. We felt that maybe if we can sit down with the contractors and try to negotiate with them properly, that we can maybe eventually terminate. But if we find some money in the shortest possible time, we can still call on them and conclude.
Honorable Pavyuma.
Thank you very much, Chair. I want to agree with you when you are saying they are favoring contractors, especially the one you have terminated, construction of a fish market shelter at Kashitu. On the cause of, they are telling us that this thing had to what because of financial challenges. I don't agree, Chair. The payment here was 78%. The next IPC would have come after completion, the 22%. So maybe they would have been saying financials paying with the contractor, not in completing. A serious contractor who knows the implication even when we receive taxpayers' money on a particular project, 78% fund. You have completed as a council, the project should have completed. So why did you terminate this contract when a contractor received 78%? And where are the IPCs so that we scrutinize them? Because we will not tell you what we want to see, but we want to see the IPCs. They will lead us to what we are suspecting. Where are the IPCs and the bank transfer statements?
Director Engineering, before CS. 78%. Is it not almost there?
Chair, you're right. 78% is quite massive, and the contractor would have completed the works. But after analyzing the BOQ, Chair, which I have in my file, there was, apart from the actual contract sum, there was a variation to this contract. The initial columns that were specified in the BOQ for the construction of the market did not meet the type of structure we were building. So there was a variation to that end of about 200 plus thousand. The details are there in the last IPC. And this brought the contract.
Do we have it in our document?
No, we don't have it. With your indulgence, Chair, I wanted to...
Sorry. You see, you had the liberty to make corrections and to... You even gave us an addendum here. That, you know, ignore that part, put this. Why didn't you give us that information? And who was monitoring this project? If he, at 10%, no one saw that we had the columns were not the ideal columns, and we make changes at 20%. At which point did you do the variation? Is it at 78%, or when the contract was still at the initial stages? Your mic?
Chair, this variation was effected on the 9th of July, according to the document.
July 2020.
2024.
We are looking at 2023.
Beyond the contract sum, yes. Yes, Chair. Yes.
You issue a variation when the contract was already expired. It expired in terms of the... I know, I can tell you the dates.
No, it's fine, it's known. Why vary when the contract expired?
Chair, this is the information that I have received, and this is the information that I used to prepare the report for this committee. So the BOQ, as per the stamp from the Director Engineering, showed it was, the varied was effected in July 9th, 2024.
You are merely stating the fact, and that's why we have these questions. So our suspicion is correct. There are certain people, certain contractors are being favored. These are the issues. You can tell that there is something fishy. CS, Doc, we are winding up now. On this one, we have concluded. Let's stop pressing Doc. One short one.
I just want, the viewers and the people in Kalabo to understand the decisions, planning decisions by the council. where these projects, Chair, are commercial ventures. You're talking of a bar and a restaurant at a guest house. You're talking about expansion of 3 rooms to the guest house, fish market. All these would bring revenue to the council. And now you had the money, and then you decide to borrow the money. I'm sure it was just for consumption, paying salaries, or I don't know, because they didn't explain where they took the money. But then to make these projects suffer. And now they're saying they will complete them after 2 years. After 2 years. So the opportunity cost, the opportunity lost to get local revenue is, I mean, director planning. Is this, what is the rationale behind this? Let me even tell you the results. They have done an assessment of the remaining works, so that in 2 years' time, they've come up with a budget.
Yeah,
so the budget is at least 1.6 times the original sum. For just an example of maybe fish bar and restaurant. Bar and restaurant, the contract sum was 500,192. But now, after they have done the assessment of the remaining work, the additional funds that they need to find is 727,691, representing 1 times 1.6 of the original cost. Then the other one is also the expansion of 3 rooms, reception, guard house. The original cost was 423,000 kwacha, but the assessment is coming to 1.5 million kwacha. And a lot of questions on this assessment. I've looked at the assessment per facility.
Even one which was at 75%, 78%.
If the one which was at 78% is going to cost you 1,721,818. It is, the details are on page 118.
CS, are you seeing all that?
More than the original cost.
Yes, the details are on page 118. The numbered all the appendix, so it's easy to. It's on page 118. So if we can.
So
Doc,
it's fine, Doc. Due to time, I've gotten the gist of your.
We can just
switch off your mic. Yeah. CS. You got CS. Doc, switch off your mic. Doc, you see what is coming from the documents that you have submitted to us. What Dr. Mwanza is indicating. So we smell a rat there. You see, we have questioned. First, you cannot discipline someone who gets receipt books. Second, you are inflating, you are using those commercial ventures and the projects to siphon money, to get money. You cannot, a project 78%, which had its own scope, which is BOQ, you want to do now more than what you have spent already. Contracts which are supposed to be terminated, you have decided to say, no, we're not going to terminate. In the next 2 years, are you going to be there at Kalabo Council? So, CS, these are not good revelations. And these call for a forensic to check whoever is doing this. And the competencies of those people who are doing the BOQs, the inflated BOQs, is questionable. And that is where we need a commission that is alert, the ministry that is alert, because what is happening is depriving the people of Kalabo of service. A quick one, Doc.
Yes, just to, you mentioned the word of inflated BOQ. the assessment of the remaining works for all these structures, the need to do an honest work from the engineering department, because the quantities are, I'll just give an example. Let's go to page 105.
Let's go quickly.
Quickly, just to... (105) is the bar. It's a plan of a bar and a restaurant. Page 105. Look, go to page 105. Yeah, it's a bar. It's a plan of the bar and a restaurant. And now they have done an assessment beside the 78% that was paid. They have done an assessment of the cost of the remaining works. Now we go to page 118. So if you look at, we go to page 118.
Quickly, Doc.
There's an item, just when you look at this plan.
Yes.
When casting a slab, on page 111, there's an item.
111 or 118?
111, sorry. 1111. There's an item under 30 Newton per millimeter square concrete slab. Are we there?
Number
1111. 111. Yes. 111. The second.
Even the anti-termites.
No. Just
why buy anti-termites when it's already at 78%?
Yes. So concrete slab. They are saying cement 50 kg bag, number 315 bags of cement to cast a slab on a plan which is on page 105. This plan, this slab is just 100 millimeter thick, and you need 315 bags of cement to cast the slab, this slab, and the dimension of this slab is just 10 meters by 16 meters, just like a small house. Huh? It requires less than 100.
Yes.
And the price per bag is 230 kwacha per bag of cement.
You've made a very good case, Doc. We have sampled.
So you do a reassessment of the remaining works and find the money. Don't have to wait for 2 years.
Now the question is, this drawing for a bar and restaurant, is it starting from scratch or is already existing?
Sorry, yes, Chair. I think I'll allow Director Engineering to make
just a short one.
Yes.
Quick one. Anyone can answer. This one, is it
just answer.
The quantities? Yes, your mic. The quantities. Is this when you are starting this project?
No, Chair. This is not starting from scratch. The summary, which is on 118, indicates where we are starting from. And if you can
the 111 is variation?
No. The 111, the summary of where we're starting. So the substructure and part of the superstructure are already performed. And that's why if you look at the summary, there's no cost towards the substructure because it was not part of the calculations.
But you agree that, no, let's have order.
Yes.
Let's have order. The remaining works should cost more than 700?
Chair.
Yes or no?
Yes, the remaining work should cost what I've presented to this committee.
Hey, Director, we are not going into the detail. You have presented all the evidences here. We agree with you. The answer is, the proposed works, remaining works, will cost more than the initial cost?
Yes, Chair. This is because Kalabo area did not have an engineer, so there was a lot of projects were undercosted. And this is where we had a history of project failing. And that's why
We don't have that information ourselves. All who are employed in the council, a bar to cost 1.7 million, the council employees qualified personnel. You're not the first qualified personnel to go there. In 2023, we had qualified personnel there. We didn't have engineers. We didn't have other technocrats. The answer is no. So, Director, we hear you very well. But you can tell even a layman like myself that there is a problem here. You are proposing figures, 1.something million on a market that is already there, fish market. So this has become a cash cow. This is where the conduit for getting some resources. That's why you have even proposed in the next 2 years. When you get money, you'll be putting to the same project, and it says we have said 2 years. 2023 projects. You did a variation. It's one council I don't want to mention, which was also here 2-3 days ago in Northwestern Province. Same contractor, you agree. Another extension, variation, extension on the project, it will not finish. This has been the order of the day in local government. CS, we want you to put your house in order. We are going to help you. We are going to help this country. All these things we shall bring. The doctor here is a qualified civil engineer. He's a doctor in civil engineering. Former lecturer. Worked in China. He's the one who has done the Nigerian railway line, Tanzania, all over. He's now a member of parliament. So you cannot. He was a lecturer at the University of Zambia. So he understands these things very well. And most of the engineers have been his students. So this committee has got experts. You see, Honorable Pavyuma, Dr. Singombe. We understand. We have been here. So we understand very well. So we are not going to allow things degenerate to a level where people lose fear for public resources. As we meet your employers, we are going to put very strong recommendations. As I said, we are just privileged. We are not the best. Those who are not ready to work, they should excuse themselves. If they can't, we shall help. You see how many people apply when the Ministry of Law Government advertise? You see, that gives you an indicator that whenever you are seated in that office or at home, you know that if I don't keep this job, you have to blame yourselves. With that said, Council Secretary, we appeal to you. Go and charge those who are supposed to be charged. Each one of you, any erring officer. Not these things you are bringing. 11th February, you are coming here, that's when you put someone is exculpating. We are instructing the auditors. Go back, bring us a report on these 3 projects. Bring us a report on the seats and all those areas. We want that report, and we shall ask for permission to come and see. But as your employers coming, we shall make specific recommendations. Kalabo people deserve the best. The Zambian people deserve the best from us. The Zambian people have been watching. So with that said, I would like to withdraw the immunity that was given on to you. Your report is not a good report. From now on, you're on your own. Go and put your house in order, CS. And please, we wish you well as you go back. We shall come back to you. The auditors will come do a forensic detailed so that we establish what has been going on. With that said, we wish you well as you go back. Thank you very much for your appearance. Enjoy Mother's Day tomorrow. Thank you very much, auditor. You are a good mother. Thank you very much, our mother.
My name is Alice Perry. I would like to wish all the extraordinary women out there a happy Women's Day. May your